You're playing a game which has PvP elements. You're going to PvP. You're going to fight. You're going to die. You're going to sink. You're going to lose your loot. You're going to feel demoralized. You're going to feel like never playing again. But then if you quit, that's your fault. That's on you. That's on you as a person. You can't complain at the game for that. That is single-handedly down to you and your personality. You can't blame the game for you sinking and quitting. Do people go and say, cancel the gym should stop being a thing because they're lazy and fat? No. It's not the gym's fault that it exists. It's your fault that you're too lazy to get your ass in there and dedicate yourself to not being fat. The community is its own undoing. The community is what ruins this game. The community kicks new players out of the game because they spawn camp. The community stops good updates from being implemented. Because what do? Oh, this guy sunk me.
I'm not playing this game anymore. He sunk me.
Shut the f up. Before I actually get into this video, I need to make a quick announcement or a pre-warning, okay? In this video, I can potentially come across as toxic or very negative to a lot of you guys. It's just how I speak. It's because I'm passionate about the game, and I just need to let you guys know that I am not hating on the game. I am not calling the game shit. I am not saying the devs are bad at their job. I'm not saying any of that stuff. This is purely meant to be a little debate between me and my own chat, just discussing the current situation of the game, what we're enjoying, what we think needs to change, all that kind of stuff, okay? This is not me bashing the game, calling it shit, calling it bad, saying it's dead, okay? I don't want any of you guys to get the wrong idea or to come at me or to whatever, okay? Just as long as you guys know that, this is not one of those videos where I'm just trying to be an asshole. I may have said things incorrectly or in the wrong way. My intentions are pure. I want this game to thrive and be as good as it can possibly be. And that's why you may hear me get a little bit upset or a little bit annoyed, because I have a huge passion for it and it means a lot to me. If I wasn't passionate and I didn't love the game, I wouldn't be in the job that I'm currently doing and I wouldn't be a good partner. But with that said, let's get straight into the video. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not me trying to be toxic and rude and an asshole. I just may have said things incorrectly. I'm not too sure. You guys may take things the wrong way. This is purely a constructive criticism video. I'm trying to help out as much as possible. If Rare actually see this, then great. If not, then you guys know my views on the game. Alright. Anyway, let's get into the video. I've not been following the whole conversation, Iron. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think Sea of Thieves is worth 25 to 30 pounds? Part of me wants to say no, but majority of me is saying yes. Do I think the game's dying? Yes. The game, without a doubt, is dying. You'd be silly to say it's not. While you can sit here and say it's not dying based on a player-based perspective, but in terms of sustainable players and maintaining players, it's dying. Why is the game dying? Because of the inconsistent updates. And every season you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's just there's no consistency in the game. That's my opinion. The game has just risen in fan base, but then it's decreased again. They made a post being like, "Yo, we got so many players last month. Where the fuck are they now? Where are they right now?" I guarantee you, 90% of those players played A Pirate's Life and realized, oh, this Pirates of the Caribbean crossover is just a tool tape. It's just a little side story in the game. Like the game blew up. Yes, understandably, we all knew that would happen. A Pirates of Life Disney crossover. Cool, very good. It was an entertaining addition. It brought a lot of players, it brought a lot of views, it brought me a lot of money, right? So of course I loved it. But Where are those players now? I would bet 90% of them got the game on Game Pass and didn't touch it again. They played it, realized what it was, tried Adventure, tried Arena, got absolutely dicked on, quit after 2 weeks. Some players absolutely fell in love and are still playing now. Majority of players have quit. Now, I think that says more about the current player base than Rare, right? I think that's more to do with the toxic player base than Rare, right? It's more to do with how toxic the players are. And how a crew or one person will spawn camp a brand new player just so they can get that ego confidence boost and not hate their life that much, just that much, right? However, there is an issue when it comes to the updates. This update just gone, what did they add? 5 Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales. That's not going to last us 3 months. That is not going to last us 3 months. It's going to last us 3 weeks. We're going to do the Tall Tales, and then we're done. Those Tall Tales have no replayability. Why am I going to want to replay those Tall Tales? There is no reason for me to replay those Tall Tales. Yeah, it was fun, but I've already experienced it now. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to find it fun again just walking through a town, jumping up and parkouring, right? I'm not going to find it fun walking through and fighting ocean crawlers and shooting Davy Jones. Like, that's not fun to me. Not to replay it. After that first, I'd say 3 weeks of a pirate's life. After those 3 weeks of a pirate's life, the game crashed. I can show you that through YouTube analytics. I can show you that just from YouTube analytics. Going from 40k views a day to 10. But also, what about those people that don't enjoy Tall Tales? A huge majority of this gameplay is only here for the PvP. I hated Pirates of the Caribbean update because all I do is PvP and it added nothing for me. Though, there you go. Okay, let's talk about Season 2. What did Season 2 add? Fort Fortune. Which is basically just a glorified Skull Fort and Ashen Winds put together. After the first 3 weeks, what happened? People stopped doing it and no one really gave a shit anymore. Then they did an event. What was the event? I don't remember. Is that saying something? I don't know. Fort of Fortune was fun to steal, and it was fun to do, right? But after 3 weeks, people stopped doing it, and now you can no longer steal Fort of Fortunes because no one fucking does them. Because they're too long, and it's not worth the reward. In the time you can go and do a Fort of Fortune, you can server hop and have done 3 Flame Hearts and gotten grade 5 Reapers and made 400k. Whereas from the Fort of Fortune, you're only going to make 100. Let's look at Season 1. What did Season 1 introduce? Lost shipments. And trading routes? Maybe Season 2 was also trading routes? I mean, it's a good addition overall, right? It's a good addition. But it's just voyages. But then... Alright, so yes, I'm hating and I'm bashing the game right now, okay? So let's look at this in a different perspective, right? What could they add? Because we're saying Tall Tales aren't enough. Voyages aren't enough. What would you guys be happy with? Are seasons more focused on cosmetics or in-game additions? Yeah, a bit of both. It is really difficult, Iron. It is really difficult. But if we're sat here, if all of us are sat here saying it's boring, they need better updates, what would you guys be happy with? I can tell you right now what I'd be happy with. Right? I can tell you right now, but I want to hear your guys' opinion. If you guys are sat here complaining, a little bit like I am, what do you guys want? What would you guys be happy with? Since I'm a PvP, I would like to see some arena updates. Okay. Like what? You don't just say some updates. You need to give ideas. Because anyone can say PvP update. Okay, but what does that consist of? Maybe some content for Hunters Call? Okay, but is that really going to keep people happy? That's just a minor addition. Okay, cool. Right. Hunter's cool. Add a voyage where you go and dig up a bucket of bait. Now you just have bait to make fishing easier. That's not going to please everyone. It's a good update. It's a good addition. It makes the overall game more balanced and more enjoyable. It makes the game more enjoyable as a whole, and it adds more. But that's not gonna make everyone happy. What if they made a time-limited event in Arena where the chest would be Davy Jones's chest for a pirate's level? That would just do nothing. More boat options with different stats and more areas to explore would be fun. The map already feels pretty small. Awakening yourself, yes, to go back to my ship. Build track commendations. Events, challenges that unlock certain cosmetics, but not easy challenges. I want hard PvP challenges that have a time limit to complete them so that when it runs out, it's no longer available or acquired in standard PvP skills. Regium, we're on the same page. What do I think? What do I, someone who is just a normal person, much like you guys viewing, but has a fan base, right? I'm no one special. I'm just the same as you. I just have a fan base. Ultimately, my opinion does not matter, right? What do I think? PvP commendations, right? Why are there no commendations for me sinking 1,000 enemy ships? 1,000 pirate ships, not skeleton ships. There's one for sinking 1,000 or 500 skeleton ships for the Athena's Fortune. Why is there not one for sinking 1,000 player ships? Tell me that. And what does it reward you with? Okay, what does it reward you with? Some cannons, some really insane fucking cannons that you can see from miles away. Not see from miles away. That when people see them on your ship, they're like, okay, this guy's a PvPer, he knows what I'm doing. Because currently, right, listen, what do we have that rewards us people that PvP? What do we have? I'll tell you what we have, nothing. We can go on the Reaper's Bones and sell their flag and get gold. Woo! Boys, let's get some gold! Which, may I add, can easily be obtained through PvE and doing voyages, not just PvPing. It's not a PvP exclusive earning gold. Woo! You know, no, that's not... How many commendations are there for alliances? Complete Flameheart while in an alliance. Defeat ghost ships while in an alliance. There are all these trials. Give your loot to another player. Not steal loot. Give your loot. Right? Okay. Where's steal loot? I mean, yes, there are ones like hand in plundered emissary flags, like fair play, yes. But that gives you gold, a title and gold. No cosmetics, right? Reapers versus the world. Okay, that was a cool event. You had to hand in 20 emissary flags. Okay, then there was Flag of Friendship. Well, that's self-explanatory. But also during Reapers versus the world, I'm pretty sure you could give loot to other people. The time-limited PvP event would be insane, right? But think about how many people would complain. I think the community is its own undoing. The community is what ruins this game. The community kicks new players out of the game because they spawn camp. The community stops good updates from being implemented because what do? Oh, this guy sunk me.
I'm not playing this game anymore. He sunk me.
Shut the f*** up, okay? Like... Okay, so what? Because you're all complaining about dying and losing your loot and sinking, they're not going to be doing many PvP updates. And now us PvPers are losing out. And we're complaining about the PvE updates. Because we want more PvP. But when we get more PvP, the PvE side of the game complains. And when the PvE side of the game complains, Rare's like, ah, fuck. We got to do more PvP. It's ridiculous because no one can be happy. Because no one can be happy. And Rare want their fanbase to be happy. But whenever they do an update to one side or one community of the game, the other community complains. The community is its own undoing of the game. The community is ruining its own game. Like we have to suffer because of us. There's almost nothing that Rare can do. There's almost nothing that Rare can do. They cannot please everyone. And what is the majority of the player base? The majority of the player base are people that like to come on after work, come home, PvE, do some voyages, get some reputation, go to sleep. Ooh. So of course, they're gonna cater to the PvE side of the game, the players that like to chill and do nothing. It makes sense. It's the best business move for them. The entire point of the game is risk and reward, except that it's not your loot until you sell it, and Rare have always been saying that since before release. Look guys, there's nothing any of us can do. There's nothing any of us can do. Everyone's gonna complain one way or another, and the game's gonna suffer because of that. People can't be happy with updates. And I'm not meaning to sound hypocritical, because I'm sat here upset about the updates, but I'm not hating on them for the updates. So, the frequency of updates. Every 3 months, right? Every 3 months, an update comes out. That's atrocious. That is atrocious. That is bad. 4 updates a year. 4. And the content we get in them doesn't last us 3 months. And if it does, we scrape the bottom of the barrel. How they imagined a pirate's life would last 3 months is beyond me, okay? 5 Tall Tales. Okay, I understand. It was a great addition. It was a great addition. I loved it. Right? It brought loads of new players. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I'll explain why. I just think it didn't add much in terms of content. Because what are we going to do afterwards? Nothing. What have we got left to do for the rest of these 9 weeks of the season? Just everything else that was already in the game, which, yeah, understandably, that is the game. Like, they can't spam add stuff, so there's constantly new things going, right? They can't do that. They can't. No company really can, because Rare isn't big enough to do that. They don't have enough, like, employees. So that makes sense. Felt like a side update, something to do instead of play the game. Thank you. That's the fucking word I was looking for. That's the phrase I was looking for.
Ooh, chicken.
That's the phrase I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. It was a side... A Pirate's Life was a side quest. Chicken. They want the money? I mean, fair play. They don't care about it lasting. I say care about it lasting them. I mean, I'm sure...
Ooh, chicken.
They were like, I'm not hating on them for doing it. I don't think they were doing it for them. I think they genuinely wanted to bring it to us. A Pirates of the Caribbean collab. That's fucking insane. Of course you would do that, right? I just think it wasn't enough. But going back to what I was saying earlier, no one is ever going to think one update is enough because of rising expectations of humans, rising expectations of society nowadays. No one's ever going to think one update is enough. You come and look at this mid-season event, yeah? What do we have to do? We have to kill phantoms, kill mermaid gems, kill sirens with tridents. We sell siren gems for a mid-season update. Do I even need to say anything? Do you think that world events and a new area on the map to couple with the Pirates of the Caribbean crossover would have been sufficient? I don't think they're gonna add a new area. Personally, I don't think they're gonna do that. At least not for another year or 2. What do you think about the August update, or the one that just came out, where it was literally simply just cosmetics, bug fixes, and an event? I think it was a very good update. It was a great update. Fixed a lot of bugs, fixed a lot of couple exploits, added back in possibly one of the worst exploits. Overall, it was a great update. Just lacking in mid-season content. But it was overall standard mid-season update. A lot of good changes. Fucking good job on them. I'm going to take a break from this debate just to quickly say I don't hate the game. I love this game. And that's one of the reasons why I'm complaining so much. That's one of the reasons why I'm engaging in this debate so heavily. Because I really enjoy this game. And I think it's important to talk about all of this. It's important. Because I don't watch other partners, right? I don't know if other partners are out there talking about the game's current state. And I understand I'm being rather negative, and looking at the positives, and because the negatives outweigh the positives, yada yada. But I don't think Sea of Thieves is a shit game. I don't think you should stop playing the game. It's all up to you. My main point here is that updates that they're currently doing are hindering themselves, right? They don't last the 3 months that a season is supposed to last, or does last. A pirate's life only lasts 3 weeks, right? And then after the 3 weeks, it dies off. Then it's back to doing normal stuff in the game, which is all fair enough. That's what it was like before seasons were even in the game, and they were doing fine, but they were doing regular content updates. Then the mid-season content they're adding isn't enough. You can see that the game dies off within halfway through a season purely by the statistics and analytics of YouTube and Twitch. Growing as a content creator, maintaining your views as a content creator is very difficult because of that. Just go and look at my... Well, you can't look at my channel analytics. Actually, no, you probably can on Social Blade. I said this earlier, I was getting 40k views a day, and now I'm getting about 13 because people have just stopped playing and stopped watching content. I feel like we're just going round and round in circles now, though, so I don't really know what else you want me to say. If you have any more questions, ask away, because I've kind of lost track of what we're talking about. I mean, I guess a question to ask and answer is, what can Sea of Thieves do? How do they fix or make these updates better? I don't know. I don't know. If you do PvP updates, you're going to get complaints. If you do PvE updates, you're going to get complaints. Maybe just do PvE and PvP updates together. I don't know. You can't please everyone. So they just got to update the game in the direction that they want it to go. See, Connor, that's, as you can see by my stream, on the stream right now, I'm PvEing. Though I love PvPing. I can do both. I don't care. I just think there should be a wider range of things to do as a PvPer. There's so much PvE heavy based things in Adventure compared to that of PvP based things that something needs to change. I'm going in circles at this point, guys. There's an infinite amount of things you can do to PvE in this game. You've got Ashen Winds, you've got different Gold Hoarder voyages, you've got different Order of Souls voyages, you've got different Merchant voyages, you've got fishing, you've got different Athena voyages, you've got Bilge Rat voyages, you've got just loads of world events, right? You've got emergent threats, Krakens, Megs, you have captains which spawn on islands, you have map parchments which give you digs, which give you riddles. Jesus Christ. What do you have in terms of PvP? Reaper's Bones, where you can sell emissary flags. Right? Is that it? Is that it? Is it literally just emissary flags? There's no way it's just selling flags. That must be a mistake. We must be forgetting something. This isn't even me being sarcastic. We must be forgetting something. There's no way it's only flags. The question was, or the statement was, there's so much PvE capability in adventure. So you got different merchant voyages, different gold hoarder voyages, different order of souls voyages, build route voyages, map parchments, world events, world emergent threats, etc, etc. But for PvP, do you simply just have Reaper's Bones emissary and selling emissary flags? Okay, yeah, you can do anything to anyone. I'm talking about rewards. You get gold. You get gold and titles. Whereas all of that stuff, you get cosmetics. And I would want more rewards for selling and stealing. Because I can just go and steal people's loot and sell it and get gold. But then you can go and get cosmetics and sales and gun skins and clothing items for selling ancient tributes and manifests and God knows what else, right? What do you mean, what about the stolen items? They just give you double reputation for the Reaper's Bones. So in my personal opinion, what would balance out the PvP community? More rewards for PvPers. I'm sure that wouldn't that balance out quite a bit? More PvP cosmetics. You go into your reputation, you go to Reaper's Bones, or you go to Sea Dogs. Well, Sea Dogs is the arena one, okay? So I guess you'd go to Reaper's Bones, you'd go over to the next page, boom! Sink 1,000 player ships, grade 1. Sink 5,000 player ships, grade 5. You get a ship, a whole ass ship set. A whole ass ship set. And people see that, and they're like, wow. I gotta be fucking scared. Someone tell me where the commendation in Reaper's Bones for selling enemy loot is. Not even in Reaper's Bones. Tell me where the commendation for selling other enemies' loot is. Okay, you go into reputation, you go build rats, Ashen, or is it Cruise of Rage? Cruise of Rage. Stolen Chest of Rage, 5. Athena's. 5 Athena chests. Is there anything else? Are the devs lazy? No. Not at all. They do a fucking lot. Alright, they do a lot. You gotta respect them for that. 4 more rag and bone crates. Oh, merchant. Yes, merchant. Yes, merchant. Merchant commodities. You are correct. Sell 50 stolen commodities. Ooh, okay. So, guys, there is 64. There are commodities for selling 64 pieces of loot. And none of them are for the PvP faction, bear in mind. None of them are for the PvP faction. None of them are for the PvP faction.
Ooh, chicken.
The most is for Merchant, which is the least PvP active company in the game. Okay, so where are the commendations for selling other enemies' loot? They don't exist. Cool, we've established that. Where are the commendations for killing enemy pirates? Where are the commendations for killing pirates? Now, yes, I have thought about this a bit. The argument is you just spawn camp, right? In arena. Okay, but I'm talking about adventure. I'm talking about adventure commendations. That's what I'm saying, Pepe. They could add some absolutely disgusting cosmetics for PvPers. Like, there's Dark Adventurer stuff, which costs 45 mil for PvEing. Where's the stuff which I can spend 100 mil on for being a PvP god? That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Where's Cutlass K? Down here. Why doesn't it exist? Why doesn't it exist? Why though? I want to know why. I want to know why. Okay, so what? Not everyone can afford the Dark Adventurer stuff. And if they did do one for killing 5,000 pirates, put a cap on the gamer tag. You can't kill this one player more than 5 times. Or you can, but like it doesn't count towards a commendation after 5 kills. I would like someone in here, please disagree with what I've just said. And give me a valid counter. Lots of PvP will discourage new players because of all the death they have had. Valid. But they already experience it anyway. There's nothing you can do about that. There is nothing you can do about players sinking. There is nothing you can do about sinking, apart from get better and learn not to sink. We've all been through that. We've all started off the game and sunk. We've already been shit. We've already gone through all the practice. And now I understand, okay, yes, we have an unfair advantage because we are experienced and they're going to have to go and get experience now. When we were getting experience, right, when we were getting better, we weren't playing people that much better than us. Whereas now the skill gap is like a professional playing a noob, whereas back then it would have been a noob playing against an amateur, right, at best. It's like that in every single game. Exactly. So people need to stop being whiny bitches. You're playing a game which has PvP elements. You're going to PvP. You're going to fight. You're going to die. You're going to sink. You're going to lose your loot. You're going to feel demoralized. You're going to feel like ass. You're going to feel like never playing again. But then if you quit, that's your fault. That's on you. That's on you as a person. You can't complain at the game for that. That is single-handedly down to you and your personality. You can't blame the game for you sinking and quitting. Do people go and say, cancel the gym. The gym should stop being a thing because they're lazy and fat? No. It's not the gym's fault that it exists. It's your fault that you're too lazy to get your ass in there and dedicate yourself to not being fat. Stop complaining that you're dying in a game with PvP elements. I hope you understand my analogy. If you can't tell, I'm passionate about this, and I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm not trying to be angry. I'm not trying to call the game shit. I'm not trying to shit on the devs. I hope none of you are taking it that way. I'm not trying to shit on the fan base. Actually, I am trying to shit on the fan base a little bit. But in no way am I saying the game's bad, the game's shit, the game is dead. The game's player base is dying. But as I said earlier, that's partly down to their own community's demise, and we have to put up with it. It's nothing really to do with the devs. I think it's very 50-50. Now, thank you for whoever countered that about discouraging new players. I feel like I've demolished your point. Anyone else? Sure, PvP is core to Sea of Thieves, but there are other ways to play. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not saying PvP is the only way to go. As you can see, I'm sat here doing Order of Souls voyages, right? I'm sat here doing Order of Souls voyages. I'll happily do anything. Numerous times I just want to chill, and then you're allowed to do that. But you can't complain if you sink. You can't complain when you die. You can't say that PvP should be taken out, or you should do PvE only servers. Because you're playing a game with PvP elements, and it's an open world player encounter driven game. People starting new game with solo slooping and not in group, and then complain if sunken. That's what I'm saying. You can't complain. You literally can't. You're playing a game solo with PvP elements. You're going to PvP. It's going to be hard. What do you think about the toxic players? I hate them. There's no need. And following on from what Iron said, I don't like the community in Sea of Thieves either. At least not the PvP community. I hate solo slooping in this game. It's insanely hard. It's hard now that it's hard now that Thingy's been released. X cancelling's been removed. Okay, but Pepe, by what you're saying, sinking someone's ruining their experience. So do you want us to just never sink anyone?
Ooh, chicken.
Is that what you're asking? Don't sink anyone because it ruins their experience. You're going to go into a Counter-Strike game and go into comp and type in chat, hey guys, please don't beat me because I don't want to lose and D-rank. It will ruin my day. Do you deny a job promotion when it's do you deny a job promotion because you feel bad about the other person or the other employees who are also running for it? You feel bad that they're not getting it instead? No. Do I have any other hobbies? Watching anime and riding motorcycles. But I think this is about over. I think this is kind of come to a nice rounded conclusion. Okay, what's going on, guys? This is me a couple days after this stream. I think this stream was like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. And I just wanted to quickly, now I've had some time to think over on some things I've said, I just want to clarify a couple of things, right? So in conclusion, what are my thoughts? I think the game is dying, and that is, I would say, 80% purely because of the PvP-based community in this game. All the toxicity, all of the egos, and the, oh, I'm the best, the big dick contests, making new players leave because all players want to do is sit on a boat and kill players as soon as they spawn in. And then eventually they quit, and eventually it happens over and over again, and they leave, and then the players drop. The only people playing the game currently are majority OGs who have been playing the game for a long time and know what they're doing. The new players get discouraged very quickly. However, do I think it's solely the PvP players' fault? No. I think Rare does have to take some responsibility in the fact that their updates aren't sustainable. But I also, as I said earlier, I understand that you can't do update after update after update like Fortnite was doing at one point when you're a smaller company. And I understand that they're not always going to be able to add new, fresh content, which is going to keep players invested for months. You have to develop the game for its long term, right? So this Fort of Fortune, it wasn't supposed to be something insane. It was just to add something else into the pool to make the game more interesting in the long run. So were the manifests, so were the commodities. There's nothing so insane that they could just add and bang, it changes the game's dynamic completely and everyone's hooked and doing it for months and months and months. That, for one, is a very hard update to come up with, and for two, cannot be done every update. So I understand that. I'm not asking for the world. I'm just asking for maybe these 3-month content updates to be shortened. A content update every 3 months is just nowhere near going to be enough for the health of this game. Now, that's purely because of what's being added in these updates. So as we discussed earlier, the tool tails, that's not going to last 3 months. That's going to last a month maximum. Okay, then these content updates or these mid-season updates with an event which is going to last you a day or two, not good. It's just going to make people come back for a day or two, complete it, get their cosmetics, maybe get hooked for another 3 or 4 days, and then leave again. There's nothing constantly keeping players gripped. An endgame player such as myself, all I have left to do is grind commendations. I'm 94% complete with this game, so I'm just doing Order of Souls voyages, merchant voyages to get merchant miles, Order of Souls miles, emissary raises, and then I'll be completed with the game and I won't have anything to do. There's not enough endgame content. So yes, as a new player, this game is a dream, but then you face the PvP issues. So ultimately, what is the answer, you're probably asking? I've said all this stuff about they should do this, they should do this. However, that contradicts that, and that would impact it in the opposite way to what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know what they can do at this point, because as I discussed, PvE players will complain about PvP updates. PvP players will complain about PvE updates. There's nothing we can do about that. Players are going to complain when they get sunk, even though getting sunk is a part of the game. Players are going to complain about other players doing world events when all they want to do is kill some people. But the reason you're killing them people is for gold, right? And you wouldn't be getting the gold if they're not doing the world event. Right? Or am I wrong? So there's never really going to be a way to win. And I don't have much to say. And I know that's probably not very helpful. And being someone with a voice and someone who's just made this video, you'd probably expect me to say some amazing thing like, this is the solution to their problem. I don't have one. The solution is the community needs to mature up. The community needs to get their together. Yes, I just censored myself. They need to get their act together and stop complaining and just be happy with what you get. And that's hypocritical of me. I know. I know. But I don't know what else to say.
Wait, get back in.
All
No,
that
no,
I
no.
personally want is more PvP commendations. Give us some PvP incentive,
Look,
and
you
I
can't
will
kill him.
never speak another bad word on this game.
If you,
Simple
no,
as.
No.
But I hope you've
No,
enjoyed
because
this
I'm trying
video.
to
I know
test
it's been
if
like
there's any
40
way to
minutes or
actually kill this
something like that. It's more long form, and I hope you guys will have enjoyed it. It's probably not going to get many views,
Like, so
but
does that mean- okay,
if you
so
agree
you
with
get
me,
blinded, you
let
get
me know in the
blinded
comments.
out
If you
of
disagree with
camera,
any of my
right?
points, let me know in the comments. Let's get
But other
loads of
than that,
community discussions
you can
going.
literally
I
spam
really want to
shoot this
hear
man
everyone's
while he's in the
opinion,
cannon.
because this is a game that we all play
Doesn't make
at the end of the day. We all
can't
play
kill
this
him.
game. We all want this game to be as best as it can
Can't
be.
kill
We
him.
all want to have a lot of fun playing this game. So we all need to engage together, learn to get along, and put our ideas out there, because otherwise the game's going to go in its own direction and you're always going to be unhappy with it. So that wraps up for this video. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
What?
Okay. Now he needs to get back in, and then we'll just air shot him. Get in.
I hit him. I killed him!
Clip that.
What the fuck?